Alright, here's another episode of comparable 38 Special and 9mm. Got a lot of comments on my last video that I was using really weak 9mm ammunition because it was loaded by Spear, as where the 38 Special was loaded by Buffalo Bore. So let's use some Underwood plus P of each. I want to do a little bit heavier bullet. 158 grain 38 Special plus P. It is a coated hollow point, and the closest I could get to that was the 147 grain plus P 9mm with an XTP bullet. And in that bullet weight, in these bullet weights, those are the most powerful hollow points that Underwood offers. So we'll see how these do out of the 4-inch barrel. I know I get a lot of flack of using a 4-inch barrel, but I use a 4-inch barrel a lot. That's the industry standard, as well as it is with 9mm. And I do plan to test in the future in a little bit shorter barrels with plus P of both. But currently I don't have a 9mm short barrel that's rated for plus P. So right now we're going to do 4-inch barrels and see how these two compare. So we're going to go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy we get at the same time. And then, as always, we're going to go through the Juggernaut box, which contains a 1 3/4 inch pack of Bologna covered by 4 layers of denim, followed by 1/4 inch medium density fiberboard that kind of represents ribs and sternum, and about a pectoral muscle size piece of meat here. And then it's a water jug to catch that projectile. And how this kind of compares to ballistics gel is that Bologna pack represents about 6 inches. Each water jug after that, which is 6 inches thick, represents about 3 inches of ballistics gel. So if we can get out the back of the third jug, we're dealing with about 15 inches of penetration, which is perfect. So let's see how 9mm plus P compares to 38 Special plus P. So let's get started. Alright, we'll start with the 9mm, about 5 yards from the target, about 4 yards from the chronograph. See what kind of velocity and accuracy we get with this 147 grain round. It is rated at 1125 feet per second. We'll see how close we get to 1125. 1112. 1102. 1091. 1112 again. 1105, so pretty close to rated velocity, and the recoil wasn't that bad at all. It's actually pretty mild recoil for how much power it has. Let's see how the 38 Special compares. Alright, 38 Special plus P, this is rated at 1160 feet per second, so we'll see how this does. $11.03, $11.23, $11.35, 1108 and 1095, so pretty comparable velocity, a little bit heavier bullet weight. This round smells a little bit funny too. It smells like detergent. Now let's hit the ballistic box and see how they compare to each other. Alright, 9mm, we'll see how it does to the Bologna pack. See what water jug we catch it in. Alright. Really good damage to the Bologna that I'm seeing right here, and the first water jug. Alright, with the Bologna, it removed all of the Bologna from the package here and put a really respectable hole through that fiberboard. That's a really good amount of damage for how low that recoil was. Now let's see what we got in water jugs. Alright, first jug has a really big entrance hole in it, and it split out the side of it. And that's what we see with a lot of high-powered rounds. Jug 2 as well has a lot of damage in it. It split the entire front. So that's kind of like comparable to a large permanent wound cavity you see in ballistics gel when it really splits the first two. Jug 3, we have an impact, and we went right through it. Impact in 4. And the bullet is in 4. There's a little tiny mark out the back, so that's going to indicate 18 inches of penetration, so that's just barely within the range we're looking for without it being over penetration. And again, what I'm seeing, I'll use the same word again, it's respectable expansion. No jacket separation. That's a beautiful hollow point there. It looks kind of like a hunting hollow point expansion. 18 inches of penetration. Pretty good expansion. Now let's try the 38 Special and see how that compares. It's a completely different bullet style, so we don't know what to expect yet. So let's try that. Alright, 38 Special, see how this compares. Alright, this damage looks pretty similar to what I saw with the 9mm. Bologna all over the place. First jug, lots of expansion and damage. Alright, very, very similar. I have a big old chunk of denim in this, however, and the Bologna right here, because that hollow cavity is so large. About the same exit hole, just about the same damage overall. Maybe 5% more with this 38, but very close. We'll see what I got in water jugs. Alright, first jug has about the same damage we split out the side here. Looks like there's a little piece of lead in here. Interesting. Jug 2, split up at the top, a little bit different damage than what we saw with the 9mm, but it's almost completely empty. Jug 3, I see a big impact in jug 4, but it doesn't appear that it penetrated it. And again, we see another piece of jacket here. So we have a hole out the back of jug 3, a big impact on 4, so I'm going to guess that the bullet is in here. And it is not. So we do have an impact in 4. It looks like a crack to me, but it's in 4. And we dented out the back, so again, exactly 18 inches comparison. Ballistics gel. So what we got with the 38 Special is we did get expansion, but we blew off the sides of that hollow cavity, and we are left with just a core with a gas check on the back. So overall, I would say that what we're seeing here, even though one bullet's going to show more expansion in the end, pretty similar performance between the two. And overall, if we look at these cartridges by themselves, that 9mm is a little bit more powerful for two reasons. One, the amount of bullet travel, barrel travel in that gun was a little bit less than that Revolver. And number two, oftentimes when we have lead bullets, we're using the slickness of the lead or the coating to gain more velocity with a little bit less powder. But the end result is pretty similar performance in the end. So I would say both these rounds are really good. They're definitely different, and it's going to kind of depend on what you want to use them for. I would say that the XTP is probably going to penetrate through hard barriers like a car door better. However, the fragmentation of this soft lead would probably prevent penetration through hard barriers, but still be extraordinarily effective on a flesh target. So that's how they compare. They're different, but a lot more alike than they are different in what they did. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.